Welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be talking about how to achieve relationship success and how your RISE ritual will impact in that process. If you're interested in that, definitely stick around. All right, so relationship success, right? So I am probably not the best person to talk about this because all my relationships have not been to my ideal, but that's probably because I was still a kid when I went through all those relationships. And of course, as you get older, and especially where I am now, you reflect on a lot of your past history to make sure that you can process that information and then move forward and obviously have a better version of it going forward. Pretty positive that I'll learn more and more about myself as I get older, but I'm still at a relatively young age where I'm going to be making a lot of mistakes and I'll learn from it. But again, I did learn a lot, right? I have a lot of relationships with a lot of people, especially my friends and family, but like for a significant other, those are the ones that I'm going to be paying more attention to. But there are a few nuggets that I took away from my past relationships that have been very good. I've had a marriage for over 10 years, so I understand how that works. But of course, I also understand why it failed as well, right? Because you have to process this. If you don't make sense of it, guess what? You're just gonna keep repeating the same exact mistakes over and over in other relationships as well. But one of the key things that I took away from my spiritual journey as I've relearned about myself is that there's two fundamental things that you need to be doing when you are in a relationship with anyone, whether your parents, friends, siblings, anyone, acquaintances. It is love and respect. Love and respect, right? It could be a little out there for you, but in reality, if you think about it, every single one of us exists because someone loves us, right? Because for us to even come out of the womb, our mother had to love us to take care of us enough to bring us out into this world. Once we're out, if you had a dad and a mom, then they both had to love you to take care of you to get to a point where you could be like able to walk yourself, right? After you walk, you have to take care of yourself. So they shelter you, they feed you, they take care of you, they protect you. And then as a result of that, then you have friends and families that you start creating that eventually, they love you more and more so you can thrive beyond that. And so that's love, right? That's something universal, but at another point is respect, right? Because even though they might love you, they might not respect you, right? They might not respect your words, they might not respect your actions. So it's gonna be important that you learn how to respect other people as well. You personally might not respect other people. I know for a fact for a long time that I had this like pompous attitude about myself where I thought I was better than everyone. But in reality, what I didn't do is just respect them. I could have felt like that, no problem, but if I respected them, it wouldn't make a difference because love and respect really sets the tone of what the relationship will be. If you don't love them, then it's gonna fail. If you don't respect them, it's also gonna fail because if you don't respect someone, you won't take their word, and if you don't take their word, then they're gonna feel marginalized, and as a result, they're gonna feel some sort of way towards you. So you can see that, right? It becomes a vicious cycle of how you actually go about building that relationship. Understanding that, let's talk about how the RISE ritual can actually help you elevate your love, elevate your respect for other people or the significant other in your life. So when we talk about RISE ritual specifically, we're talking about the aspect of mindset in the Core M3, right? Core M3 consists of movement, metabolism, mindset. And in mindset, we really focus on what is your rituals at night, what are your rituals in the morning, and how do you go about your day. And as a result of that, the RISE ritual is actually the moment you wake up, the moment you open your eyes, the moment you enter the hypnopompic state, right? From the moment you were sleeping to opening your eyes, you're actually in a hypnosis. At this point, all the thoughts that's been going through your head for the last few hours, or it could just be the last 30 minutes because sometimes that happens, or you're having a dream and then you wake up, you'll be thinking about that. And so we want to leverage our hypnotic state to actually recondition our brain to what we want. So if you are not loving your people, if you are not respecting your people, then these are the questions you're going to ask yourself. Okay, why am I not loving them? Why am I doing this, right? There's always a root cause to this issue, but this is where you're gonna leverage just that question. You keep it in the back of your head. You don't have to really think too deep into it. But once you get your RISE started, right? RISE to the day. And in my situation, it's like I have to go straight to the bathroom, take a cold shower, hot shower, cold shower, which I call a thermodynamic shower, groom myself, drink a cold beverage, go to my couch, and then I go ahead and do some meditation and breath work. This is where those questions really help because telling your subconscious these questions, it's gonna make it question itself. It's gonna process that information. because the conscious mind decides on what is going to be said. As of right now, everything that you're hearing from me is my subconscious mind talking to you, to be honest with you, because I've learned how to fuse both my conscious and subconscious to a point where my superconscious comes out here and there. You'll see that intelligence come out in my videos here and there, but in reality, my subconscious mind has been trained for the last 2 years to be this ideal person that I've always aspired to be, and I'm becoming that person every single day. I'm not telling you it's not easy at all. It's boring sometimes. It's very, very boring. Even like yesterday, like I was just telling myself, like, man, I'm bored out of my mind. But in reality, you have to do the boring things to get the results, right? It's like exactly what I was saying in another video, tying your shoelaces. I tie my shoelaces because one, I just do it because I have to. But in reality, if I didn't do it, I would see all the negative effects of it, right? I would trip on myself. My shoelaces would get dirty. Someone can trip me by just stepping on my shoelaces. So there's a lot of negative things that can happen, but obviously I'm not experiencing that, or else I would not wear shoes, right? Imagine, no one told you about tying shoelaces and you just wore shoes and these things are just dangling. You fall, you trip, you scrape your knee. And do you think you want to keep wearing it? You're probably gonna be like, let me get rid of these shoelaces. Let me take it off. I'd rather not have any shoelaces than actually have shoelaces. That's the same concept that applies to this as well. If you're not doing a process that is super boring for you, and you're not being, and if you need to be stimulated continuously, you're not gonna be actually good at it, because you always need that novelty that's gonna never really be there. So you want to make it very boring as possible, but to a point where it's attainable, something that you can actually do every single day. And that's when you're gonna see the benefits, because it doesn't just happen. It happens over time. Over time, slowly and subtly, it becomes real, and then you'll see the progress. Progress is invisible. Once it's there, it just becomes, it's always been here. But in reality, progress takes time. Understanding that, let's connect Rise Ritual with relationships. Rise Ritual helps you process your emotions in the morning, because no one else is going to do it for you. Yeah, you might have a shrink, you might have a therapist or someone that you talk to about your emotions. Great, they can help you process it. But for many of us that do not do this, we want to help ourselves. How do we do that? We have to make sure we are friends with ourselves first. So the relationship with yourself is really the most important. Do you see what I did there? I took the whole conversation and I brought it back to you. What is the relationship that you have with yourself? Is it a positive one or a negative one? What is your self-talk that you're doing? Because at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're having conversations with every single person. That's what a relationship is. Every single person has a conversation, and it's an ongoing conversation as a relationship. So if your conversation with yourself has not been productive for the last day, few days, weeks, months, years, then we need to reassess this relationship that you have with yourself. And the best way to do that is obviously in the morning, right in the morning when no one is awake, right before the sun. It's a very special time in my mind. I don't know what to call it yet. I'm sure there is a lot of knowledge about this in just the knowledge system, but in reality, something profound happens in the morning before the sun goes up. So if you are able to do the meditation and the breath work, or whatever your Rise Ritual is in the morning, and process your emotions, process your relationship, I can pretty much assure you that your relationship with other humans are going to be a lot better. Because if you don't like yourself, who says that you're going to like other people, right? It's just the bottom line. With that being said, guys, hopefully that made sense to you. Let's start off with you, and then you can go ahead and expand off to other relationships to make sure that it works to the way that you want it to work. Other than that, go ahead and hit that like button, letting me know you liked the video. If you did not like the video, definitely give me a dislike. Let me know why you disliked it in the comments below. And then there's also the subscribe button. This lets me know that you like my content, and it also motivates me to keep going. There's the last thing is the notification bell. That's a really convenient way to know when the next video will pop off. So if you're definitely interested to see what my next video is, definitely go ahead and hit that the notification bell. Other than that, I really hope that every one of you have an amazing day. Take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next one. Bye.